no matter which way I choose. Oh, I have nothing to lose. Oh, tonight I'm riding the storm, riding the storm, hoping for a better day to come. The need to escape burns deep inside my heart. This is not the end, it's a brand new start. Riding the storm, riding the storm. Yeah!
Oh, my goodness. We finally got it, chat. We finally got it. Someone heard my cries. Someone heard my criticisms. With 5 weeks to go, less than that, we got Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar announced for WrestleMania. Now the real fun begins. I don't know what else WWE's got planned, but they did right by that decision. AJ Lee defended the Intercontinental title against Bayley. I actually quite enjoyed what both ladies did tonight. Penta, he defended his Intercontinental title against Dragon Lee. Needless to say, it was a certified banger. And Roman Reigns and CM Punk, round 3, who won it? I don't know, man. I was slightly disappointed. And I got one very important question, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Gunther? Why isn't Gunther on the show now for 2 straight weeks? What happened? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the venue. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to have some fun. Your boy's still exhausted from the 9-hour extravaganza known as Revolution. But I want to know on this Monday night, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for March 16th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. Your boy's still exhausted, chat. I have not recovered from ending the stream last night at 4:30 or so. I didn't get to bed till 5:30. And we have Tony Khan's 9-hour AEW Revolution to thank. I know this is my job and all, and I love doing it. I love doing it. But nothing should be that long, ever. I don't understand it. I wish that they would just do their shows on Saturday night, so I could sleep Sunday away and somewhat be refreshed on a Monday. But here we are talking about Monday Night Raw. We got a lot more wrestling to talk about tonight, and quite honestly, I thought Monday Night Raw was a very good show. A very good show tonight. They got a lot accomplished, and WrestleMania is slowly, with 4.5 weeks to go, slowly starting to become a reality. And that's exactly what WWE needed to do. The biggest thing that happened tonight was WWE realized, and I don't know if this is the AEW effect or not. I would like to think it is, because honestly, competition makes everybody just operate at their best. Revolution was a very newsworthy show. A lot of people were talking about Revolution in the pro wrestling space for one reason or another. WWE doesn't like when they're not the talk of the town. So they decided tonight, whether it was Tony Khan's doing or not, Tony Khan's influence or not, WWE came out and in that opening segment swung for the fences and gave you something to talk about and gave you something to get legitimately excited about outside of the two mega main events that they have for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins came out and started explaining himself, telling everybody that he's not going to rest until the Vision is eliminated. And that basically, in oh so many words, that he was going to kill Paul Heyman. I don't know if this means Braun Breaker is on his way to being cleared, because right now Rollins does not have a WrestleMania opponent. He very well could be cleared before all is said and done. But Paul Heyman emerged again tonight on Monday night, looking disheveled, looking completely incapacitated. He had grown his beard out. He had bags under his eyes. He had a black eye. He had cuts on his face. He had tears streaming down his cheeks. I was hoping they weren't going to go here, but they sent Paul Heyman out there, and you got Rollins and the masked men, all the putties are out there, backing up Seth Rollins. And Paul Heyman said, F-A-F-O, F-A-F-O, F-A-F-5. The Vision is depleted. He's got nobody in the Vision to back him up outside Austin Theory and Logan Paul. That's not going to be enough. So the one guy that he's got that is the destroyer of worlds here is Brock Lesnar. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no, that's Rollins' WrestleMania opponent right there, man. I'm not excited about that. I'm not excited about that at all. Maybe they do Oba and Gunther at WrestleMania. Maybe that's the direction. Trying to piece the WrestleMania puzzle together here. Lesnar comes out and he destroys all of the... He destroys all the putties. I mean, this guy's throwing guys around like It was a hobby for him with ease. He gets into the ring. He destroys the last 3 remaining guys in the ring. And he's finally all alone with Seth Rollins. He then turns around and the sound of Oba Femi's music plays. And Oba Femi struts down to the ring. And what we got after that was probably the best segment on Monday Night Raw all year so far. You know, we talk about the Romans and the CM Punks and the 2 tremendous back and forths that they had. Tonight was a little disappointing. We talk about the Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes situation coming out of Friday Night SmackDown, where I thought it was fucking great television. I'm looking forward to Randy Orton being a killer again. So many people complaining about Randy Orton. It's forced, it's this, it's that. They gave you a WrestleMania moment that made you feel like it was WrestleMania. And then they gave you what they gave you tonight. What have I been saying, chat? Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi. I don't give a shit where you go. I don't give a shit how you do it. Get it done. Get it announced. Get it on the card and let things marinate. Get people excited. Brock Lesnar came out a couple of weeks ago in Atlanta. And he issued an open challenge. And they wasted one of Brock Lesnar's appearances. He's dancing around and Paul Heyman's talking about this and that, and nothing really happened. It went nowhere. It was a waste of a Brock Lesnar appearance on Monday night. We were all worried that Brock Lesnar was going to show up one week and a fucking comedy geek was going to come out and they were going to answer the call, but it wasn't going to really be Brock Lesnar's opponent. We're talking about Danhausen and Otis and guys like that coming on out, and it's eventually going to lead to Oba Femi coming on out. Some people thought that Brock Lesnar wasn't going to have anybody answer the open challenge and that the open challenge would be answered at WrestleMania legitimately, whether it was night 1 or night 2, and then it would be Oba Femi. Some people thought that LA Knight was his opponent. That sounded fucking awful. That's not a WrestleMania match. It's a fucking burial for LA Knight and his fan base. Then the others are like, well, maybe it's Seth Rollins because Rollins and Breaker was the plan. And if Rollins is back on TV now, that means he's cleared. So he's going to need an opponent. Maybe it'll be Brock Lesnar because Heyman's in the Vision. Heyman is with Lesnar. And that's the only way to get back at Rollins is through Brock Lesnar. None of these things are happening. WWE made the right decision. I don't know who convinced them. I don't know how they came to its conclusion, but they made the right decision. They let Oba Femi go out there and get people excited. The match is announced. It's got a graphic. It's on the card. It was officially announced tonight. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar is on the WrestleMania card. Now we can get excited. I am excited about that. For the first time, WWE finally gave Monday Night Raw that WrestleMania feel outside of Roman and CM Punk. The rest of the card still has to follow. They are trailing behind. But Lesnar and Oba Femi, Lesnar's going to be there the next 5 weeks, the next 4 weeks or so. So this was a great move. The chanting, the excitement in San Antonio, the powerbomb, it was fucking perfect. It was absolutely fucking perfect. Michael Cole's call was fucking perfect. If Michael Cole's call didn't get you excited, I don't know what will, bro. I don't. That segment tonight was the best opening segment that WWE did all year so far, up until this point on Monday night. One thing led to one thing, and then Oba Femi comes out, and it leads to Oba Femi putting his foot on Brock Lesnar and pointing at the WrestleMania logo. Tremendous, tremendous segment. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. The Usos laid out CM Punk last night, and they're still looking for their apology. Roman Reigns, in fact, said that they should go and continue to seek their apology. They are owed one. Roman Reigns is not here for an apology. He doesn't give a shit. All of the family should be upset at what Roman Reigns did. Before WrestleMania, after WrestleMania. I don't care. At WrestleMania, he's mine. Roman Reigns had 3 segments on tonight's show. He had one with the Usos as he arrived to the building. He had one with the Usos in his dressing room. And he had one in the main event with CM Punk. We definitely got an old school Bloodline feel on Monday night. Now, I don't want WWE to lean too heavy into reviving what is now dead in the Bloodline, reviving what is now ended or has ended at WrestleMania 40. We don't need to go back and relive the past. WWE is doing a very good job of graying the lines here. Roman's comment about everybody in the family should be upset about this. And if you're not, he's talking about the rest of his family. Who's the rest of his family? We only know of one other guy that we know very well that doesn't like Phil and should be upset with the comments made by Phil. I thought the segment tonight with Punk and Roman was the weakest of their face-offs. In fact, I don't even know who I would give the nod to tonight. CM Punk got angry and punched Roman Reigns in the face because Roman called him old. If that is going to anger CM Punk and really get underneath his skin, we got a lot more problems for Mr. Punk. I thought what they did was the weakest of the face-offs. In fact, I would actually call this one a tie. I don't think either man outdid the other. So Roman won week 1. Punk won week 2. And this one was a draw. Sounded like, it looked like, it felt like WWE was running out of steam already with these guys. And I don't know why it felt that way. It almost felt like they didn't know what they wanted to talk about. It almost felt like they were throwing jabs at each other and everything just kind of felt very forced. It's like they didn't know what they wanted to do or say. It's almost like they ad-libbed everything. Thinking on the moment, in the moment, on the fly, there in the ring. I don't know, maybe you guys enjoyed it a little bit more than I did. I found myself disappointed. We had 2 Intercontinental Championship matches tonight. It was Penta and Dragon Lee, which was the best thing on the entire show, in ring. AJ Lee and Bayley, that was also very good. I actually thought AJ Lee looked better tonight against Bayley than she did at the Elimination Chamber against Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, speaking of which, we also got another clear indication about what Becky Lynch and AJ Lee are doing at WrestleMania. I don't know what we're doing with Io Sky. Io Sky's inclusion at WrestleMania seems to be a topic of discussion and a very confusing one. I thought she'd be mingling with Asuka and Kyrie. Apparently, they are not doing that, and they are potentially moving her on to the Women's World Championship. Why she came out to interrupt Stephanie Vicaire and Raquel Rodriguez, I have no fucking clue. We also got a very good explanation from Liv Morgan on what she's been plotting against Finn Balor for months. Last week was a culmination of Liv Morgan's grand scheme, her master plan to kick Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day. I thought what WWE did tonight was very good stuff. I mean, it wasn't like the greatest Monday Night Raw, but WrestleMania is slowly being pieced together, and they gave us one of the biggest pieces that everybody wanted, and they gave it to you, and they gave it to you in a big way. Oba and Brock is confirmed, and that's all I ask for. You need to make this WrestleMania card as great as possible, especially after what we got last year. That was one of the things that we needed to achieve that this year, and they did it. We'll go over this show tonight. We'll have some fun tonight. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for Austin 316 Day, March 16th, 2026. Before we get into the festivities, I had a major announcement today on social media, and I'm genuinely hoping that everybody in here, we got 2,700 people in here on a Monday night. I'm genuinely hoping everybody in this chat room tonight, live, joins us tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. We have a brand new show hitting YouTube, and it's going to be live with Jonathan Coachman on his YouTube channel every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning is the premiere of the newest show in the wrestling community. We present to you the 2 Count.
At BTT Studios, we've never been hotter, but it makes me want more. More content, more opinion. So welcome to our brand new show with me, the coach.
And me, JD from New York.
Every single Tuesday, starting this Tuesday, March 17th, we're going to bring you the 2 Count.
That's right, 10 topics, 30 minutes, and that's all we need.
Now, don't get me wrong. I respect JD, but when it comes to wrestling opinions, I plan to absolutely verbally destroy him.
You know, that's funny because I do this every single night, every single week, and with someone like Coach, I call that easy work.
Now I know you have questions. What wrestling companies are you talking about? What wrestlers are you talking about? One simple answer: all of them.
And we will debate the biggest stories and the biggest topics from promotions like WWE, AEW, TNA, and shit, even JCW.
So join us this Tuesday, March 17th, for the very first 2 Count at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, live.
Why are we doing it live? Because we want you there live. We want you in the chat, and we want you there in the moment.
It's going to be the fastest show in all of pro wrestling that's going to make you think and maybe, just maybe, make you a bigger and better pro wrestling fan. We'll see you Tuesday.
Very excited about this one, chat. That will be live on Jonathan Coachman's YouTube channel. That is tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. And it's going to be a brand new show every Tuesday, man. And yes, for those asking in the chat, it is going to be the IWC's version of ESPN's PTI. It's going to look like PTI. It's going to sound like PTI. And it's going to, in my opinion, I think it's going to catch fire very, very quickly. So hopefully you guys join us tomorrow morning, 11:30. Should be great. It's going to be live. It's going to be interactive. You guys are going to find several ways to support. Hopefully you guys are there tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m. I got to be up early. Normally I'm just getting up at 11:30, but tomorrow we go to work. Follow me on social media at JD from NY. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. You guys know where to find me on social media. At JD from NY206. Make sure you guys go check out the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. We got a busy week this week. We got Coachman, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow on his YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Titans at 8:30 with the Solid Monster. We got a lot to talk about there. AW Revolution stream went into the very, very early hours of the morning. I didn't get to bed till 5 a.m., but we delivered one hell of a stream last night. One hell of a podcast last night. Go and check that out. Covered all of the bases. All of the newsworthy moments coming out of Los Angeles for Revolution, AEW. Hit that thumbs up down below. Leave a comment. Let's try for a goal of 1,000 likes tonight on the Monday Night Raw post show. Super chats are open. They are always open. They will remain open. Make sure you guys support via the super chat. And tonight we are sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. Blue Chew Gold. Code JD at checkout. Get 10% off your order with that code JD at bluechew.com. I want to thank them for always supporting the show right here on Off the Script. Let's start at the top with this Monday Night Raw post. I was very sad to see that WWE once again started the show with all of the masked men. We got the putties coming on out. They're all out there dancing around. Michael Cole quickly said, "Oh, not these guys again." They leapt over the barricade. They're moving around like fucking putties on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Seth quickly got in the ring, though. He didn't play any games. He quickly unmasked himself. And he grabs a microphone and he vows that he will kill the Vision. Please do so. It's on its last breaths anyway. Get rid of it. He talked about smashing Paul Heyman with the chair to the back and stomping his quote-unquote fat head right here on this mat. He looked over and there was Paul Heyman standing in the aisleway. Guy looked like he just rolled out of bed. The guy looked like when he was stomped that he was in the same suit 2 weeks ago as he was tonight, and he didn't change his clothes for 2 weeks. He was all bruised. He had bags under his eyes. He hadn't shaved. He had cuts on his face. He had tears rolling down his cheeks. He had bloodshot eyes. He was a fucking mess. Legitimately a mess. He looked shaken. Fans were chanting, "Fuck you, Heyman!" And they bleeped it out, which is fine. They didn't black the screen out. They didn't bleep out the whole chant. They just bleeped out, "Fuck you." Seth says he doesn't have to say it, as the fans are saying it for him. He asked Heyman if he could move a little faster. "I see you're there. You want to come in here, move a little faster." Then he asked if he had something to say since he had a microphone in his hand. He said he hoped it was worth it. Seth says he's made many mistakes in pro wrestling, but letting him into his inner circle was the worst. His inner circle. I wonder if that's a play on words for you know who coming in. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. He says he'll pay him back for his betrayal until he is gone. "I will cut you out like the cancer you are." Heyman then finally starts to speak. "I wasn't going to come out here, but I wouldn't miss this for the world." He asked if he interrupted his precious little hateful promo. He said since he effed with him, he's going to F him and F right back at him. He yelled F-A-F-O, F-A-F-O, F-A-F-5. That was pretty fucking cool. Brock Lesnar came out. His music hits the PA. Seth took a few steps back, and he watched Lesnar come on out and do his thing. So Lesnar takes his time getting to the ring. We got all these masked geeks standing around ringside. And like a fucking circus, Lesnar runs through every single one of them. Clotheslining him, suplexing him or them, sometimes onto each other. 3 masked guys swarmed Lesnar. He entered the ring. They were clearly no match for Lesnar. He tossed them around like yesterday's garbage. And then Lesnar turned to Seth. And fans started chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit." The lights go out, and then all of a sudden you hear Oba Femi's music. You see the shadowy figure of Oba Femi with the white lights and the smoke. Lights come back on, and he's looking at Lesnar. Lesnar looked like he was a little taken aback by what was going on here. Oba strutted to the ring. He walks up the steps. He gets into the ring. Seth is still in the ring. Fans are chanting Oba, Oba. But this time when the fans were chanting Oba, there was a large portion of the audience that were chanting Oba, and they did Ooh, Oba, Ooh. I love it, man. I love Oba's chant. I love Oba's entrance. I love Oba's fucking just aura. It's fucking great. So Rollins takes a few steps towards Lesnar. Lesnar tries to scare him. I don't know if Lesnar and Rollins are going to get into it at some point because of the vision connection with Heyman, but he did not put his hands on Seth Rollins. I wonder if Seth Rollins is not completely cleared. He may be cleared for light work, but to take an F5 from Brock Lesnar, maybe they said, let's hold off on that. So he scared Seth Rollins away. Seth Rollins backed away because he knew he had his hands full with Oba Femi. So Seth exits the ring. All of a sudden, Lesnar walks right into Oba, who lifts him up and drops him with the fall from grace sit-out powerbomb. Michael Cole sold the shit out of this. He yelled, "Holy shit, the ruler just put down the beast." All of a sudden, you see Brock Lesnar laying on the mat. He's lifting his head up, and he starts saying something to Oba. He did the same thing to Drew McIntyre. When Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar were feuding many WrestleMania seasons ago, we had a situation where Lesnar was down in the aisleway, and Lesnar yelled to McIntyre, "Go get the championship, hold it up, and put your foot on my chest," and end the segment that way. If you guys remember, Lesnar did the same thing tonight with Oba Femi. He lifted his head up, and he started mouthing something off to Oba Femi. Oba put his boot on Brock's chest and pointed at the WrestleMania sign, and it was all but confirmed at that point. The report that Self-Made put out? Who? Self-Made. Self-Made. Apparently they're this big-time publication from AEW and Tony Khan, right? He's got them in his back pocket. They put out a report saying that Lesnar and Heyman went to the creative team and mentioned something about they suggested that Lesnar should not lose until the day he retires against whomever that may be. Now, whether or not it was aggregated, whether or not it was embellished, that's nothing that really matters. They were clearly fed false information, just like the LA Knight information that Dave Meltzer got. That was also bullshit. See, WWE, what they love to do, they get their dick hard by telling dirt sheets or quote-unquote journalists, they get their dick hard when they shill fake information, people run with it, and then the scent. If people are close to figuring out what's going on, WWE is the master of leading the scent somewhere else. Oba and Brock. Yeah, Brock don't want to put over Oba. He don't want to lose. Oh, it's not happening. LA Knight is the number one rumor right now. Everybody was given false information. Now, Nobody believed the LA Knight situation because it's just so ridiculously stupid to even think of something like that becoming a reality. The only reason people believed it was a reality because WWE's largely been fucking garbage this year, and nobody would be surprised if that's the way that they went. But I didn't believe at all that Oba and Brock wasn't going to happen because Lesnar didn't want to lose. Who the fuck is Brock Lesnar in this administration, and who is Paul Heyman? Do they run the writing team? Do they make the end-all, be-all decisions? I never really looked at Brock Lesnar wanting to be that way with anybody. I mean, for Christ's sakes, he wrestled Cody Rhodes for 4 straight months and put Cody Rhodes over. Why wouldn't he do the same thing for Oba Femi? I don't get it. Especially when Brock is in the ring tonight telling Oba what to do to make him look good tonight. That doesn't look like a guy that wants to jeopardize this match. Brock was listening to the chants. Brock knows what's going on. Brock knows how it's going to be at Mania. Brock, he only cares about making money. And if Brock could look good while making money and work with someone that's fucking cool and make money, that's all he cares about. He wants to come in, he wants to leave, and he wants to go back home. Just pay me. There's nothing more for this man to do. Why would he jeopardize a big-time match like this? I knew this report was bullshit. I knew it was bullshit. I just had a sneaking suspicion that this doesn't sound right to me. This was a great fucking segment. This was a great fucking segment. Now, I see people saying, oh, well, Oba got the best of Brock. Lesnar's going to win at WrestleMania. Chat, this 4 weeks ago. Legitimately, anything can happen in the next 4 weeks. Lesnar could come out next week, and he could attack Oba Femi, and he could F5 Oba. He could suplex Oba. He could take Oba out in a revenge move. I don't think that this necessarily means Oba's going to lose. I don't give a fuck what anybody's thinking. There's only one outcome to this match. Oba needs to win. Why are we all of a sudden going to abandon building the future because, Lesnar's got to win and Oba's got to earn it? Sure. I don't really care to see 3 matches between Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. I think 1 is more than enough. Seriously. Lesnar's not going to be making too many more appearances after WrestleMania. The next time we'll see him is on the road to SummerSlam. You want Lesnar to beat Oba Femi, go away for 3 months, and then reemerge for SummerSlam to wrestle whomever's next. Give me a break. Oba Lesnar is now official for WrestleMania. Now comes the easiest part. Oba wins. Oba wins. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Brock Lesnar who joined the WWE and was the fastest rising star in the history of the business. They had this guy go over The Rock in 2002. Remember that? How many people then were claiming that Lesnar, oh man, he can't beat The Rock? That's ridiculous. And what happened? They capped off the greatest SummerSlam in the history of the company. Why would you operate and do something completely different this year because it's Oba Femi? It doesn't make any sense. Oba needs to win. This company needs its next big star. This company needs to build for the future. This company needs to trust in its youth. If Lesnar is going to disappear after making 7 appearances on this WrestleMania road, do you genuinely think you're going to see him any more than you really need to after April 19th? No. So what are you waiting for? Oba wins, and then he moves on to whatever is next. It's the easiest part of this entire operation. The tough part's out of the way. Getting fans to buy in. Now you made the match official. You gave them a graphic. You're sending them to Vegas to meet one-on-one. The easiest part is the last part. Oba wins. It doesn't got to be anything fucking scientific. It doesn't have to be anything technical. Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar went at it at WrestleMania for 7 minutes, and it was a fucking barn burner. What makes you think that Oba Femi can't do the same thing but better? This is the easiest match to pull off. Good on WWE. Now, supposedly, I don't want to say good on WWE. Like this was a last-minute decision. Supposedly, the rumor was, the report is, that WWE had this planned from the day of the Royal Rumble. That's why they did that spot in the Royal Rumble. They didn't really do anything with that spot in the Royal Rumble. It almost came off like they tried to avoid doing that spot. They didn't really want to do anything. They didn't make it a big deal. They didn't highlight it. They didn't talk about it. It wasn't a talking point at all coming out of the Royal Rumble. But apparently this was the direction for both of these guys coming out of the Royal Rumble. So kudos to WWE for realizing they need to get the WrestleMania card looking a little better. They need to get the fans excited. They need to do everything in their power to make this WrestleMania card the best card it could be, especially after last year's disaster of a WrestleMania. Oba versus Brock is going to slowly achieve that. So good on them. This absolutely needed to happen. Absolutely needed to happen. As far as Rollins, I don't know why they're continuing to run with this gimmicky, goofy, fucking masked man shtick. I guess this is what he's doing now. Again, I made a prediction on Tuesday Night Titans last week. I feel like they're going to keep this shit up, and one of these masked men is going to end up being Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is going to be back on the road to WrestleMania. Braun Breaker is going to unmask himself after this masked individual spears Seth Rollins, and then he points to the WrestleMania logo. Now we got 4 weeks to go. We're dwindling the time away here. I could be wrong, but I'm sticking to my prediction. I think Braun Breaker shows back up on television, and I think we get Rollins and Breaker at WrestleMania. Otherwise, I don't know what Rollins is doing. Tonight, they made Lesnar and Oba Femi official. Tonight, they somewhat made the Usos versus The Vision, Logan Paul and Austin Theory, official for the Tag Team Championships. LA Knight seems to be shit out of luck. I don't know where he fits on the WrestleMania card. What is Rollins going to do at WrestleMania if not Braun Breaker? Now, maybe it's not that difficult. Maybe we're wrapping our head around it and it's really very simple of an answer. Maybe he doesn't go to WrestleMania and he's not cleared to wrestle. Well, then why is he on TV? If he's on TV, it's going to make me believe he's ready. If he's getting physical and swinging a chair and doing a curb stomp and doing all this other shit, it's going to make me believe he's ready. So I'm sticking to my guns. Could be wrong, could be right. I'm sticking to my guns. I think Braun Breaker is going to show up. Cody Snyder seems to think Y2J. Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins? I mean, it could be. It could be. Are you guys thinking that Chris Jericho has something to do with the Vision? Because I don't really know where Jericho is coming in, when he's coming in, if he's coming in at this point. Supposedly, he's got a lot of time added on top of his AEW contract. Remember, he went away in April. He went away in April. And what did we say? Tony Khan, if he wanted to use him or not, I don't know. But the fact that Jericho went away and didn't show back up on television, I said when we talked about it, it might have been a Chris Jericho decision to stay away and not come back to television in an attempt to resuscitate his career. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. He realized people were getting tired of him. He realized people didn't want to see him as much anymore. Maybe it was his choice to stay away from television, and Tony Khan is not going to tell Chris Jericho, no, you take as much time as you need, bro. I got these other people. I'll give TV time to this one and that one. We'll be fine without you. You come back and you let me know when you're ready. And then we'll discuss your creativity coming back. He never came back. And with all the rumors going around that Jericho was on his way back to WWE, you're looking at May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 8 months. Jericho's contract ended on December 31st at midnight. We may be looking at Jericho not coming to WWE until at least SummerSlam. The time added on top of his contract could be anywhere between 5, 6, 7, 8 months. We don't know. Highly unlikely that he appears at WrestleMania. If he does, great. It's only going to add to the WrestleMania moment. But I don't think Jericho is going to be factored into a WrestleMania match with 4 weeks to go. I don't know what Rollins does, so I'm sticking to my Braun Breaker prediction. We'll see what happens. We start the in-ring action off tonight with Grande Americano against El Grande Americano, OG. I know I'm not the only one here, chat. I am not feeling this anymore. I am really over everything that's going on with these guys. Clearly, this will continue. Clearly, this is going to result in some sort of mask versus mask match. Whether or not it happens at WrestleMania, that remains to be seen. But if they want to do it at WrestleMania and put the stipulation behind it, with it being mask versus mask, I certainly hope so, because this needs to come to an end very, very quickly. Very quickly. I don't know where that leaves Kaiser Americano. I know he's killing it on AAA. But Chad Gable is the only one I legitimately care about here, because I think we need Chad Gable, the human being Chad Gable, the man under the mask. We need him on television, and we need him competing at a high level and him competing for championships. That's what we need. So hopefully WWE is thinking along those same lines. I'm over this shit, though. I really am. So the bell rings here. OG Americano. He's working on Kaiser's arm. Starts looking at Rayo and Bravo on the outside. This allows Kaiser to take out OG Gable with a drop kick. Grande delivers a drop kick to OG. OG delivers a back suplex to Grande, and both guys start exchanging right hands with one another. So we get Gable delivering a belly-to-belly suplex to Kaiser to send him crashing on top of Rayo and Bravo on the outside. So Grande delivers a DDT to Gable. Gable comes back with the side Russian leg sweep and then follows it up with a German suplex. And Michael Cole is always throwing out those one-liners. Man, those moves look super familiar. So Kaiser delivers a Death Valley driver to OG. He goes for cover. He gets a 2 count. So Gable goes to the top rope. All of a sudden, Rayo slides into the ring. He puts a metal plate in Kaiser's mask. So Gable didn't see this. He flies off the top rope with a headbutt, and he headbutts Kaiser, but the metal plate was underneath his mask, and apparently Gable knocked himself out off the flying headbutt because he landed on the metal mask. So that opened up the door for Kaiser to make the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Kaiser Americano gets the victory over Gable Americano. More shenanigans, more cheating by Los Americanos. And I'm hoping that this all quickly comes to an end sooner rather than later. That was basically it. There was nothing really else that happened there. Will this be a match at WrestleMania? Will this be something that they do on the go-home show for WrestleMania? Or do they save it for the Raw after Mania? I don't know. At this point, I don't even think it feels like a WrestleMania match. Maybe it'll feel like a WrestleMania match if they do the mask versus mask stipulation. There was a rumor that WWE wanted to do more stipulations to certain matches at WrestleMania. That would certainly fit the bill. As long as it ends the fucking feud, because I think this is getting a little too long in the tooth. I think we need to move on. So Kaiser wins here over Gable. Hopefully this ends over the next 4.5 weeks. We were advertised to get an explanation from the Judgment Day on what they did to Finn Balor and why they kicked Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day. So this was done in a video package. They didn't do this in the ring. Dominic Mysterio wasn't cleared to wrestle, so I don't even think he was there. He wrestled Vikingo at the AAA show on Saturday night, and he retained the AAA Mega Championship. He got staples in his head. I'm assuming that Danhausen's curse is still in effect over Dominic Mysterio, so he wasn't there. So the only people that were there for the Judgment Day were Raquel Rodriguez and JD McDonough. Finn Balor wasn't there, Dominic Mysterio wasn't there, and Roxanne Perez has been out for several weeks now with an undisclosed injury. So they saved this for a video vignette, video promo. This was great. I thought Liv Morgan came off very well here. Liv Morgan cut a pre-tape promo on Finn Balor, and she said that this was her plan ever since she joined the Judgment Day. Balor thought he was in charge, but he was never in charge. He was always on borrowed time, and he just didn't realize it. Morgan knew when Balor was lying and scheming, and it was her pleasure watching him fall from grace. Balor couldn't hang with them anymore because he got soft. And then they showed highlights of him shaking CM Punk's hand and him walking away from Liv Morgan, claiming that he needed to do it on his own. He was a pathetic, washed-up loser. She said that they took a page right out of his playbook when they laid him out, because that's what Judgment Day does. JD McDonough was finally free from Balor holding him back, and now the sky is the limit for him. Daddy Dom was still AAA Mega Champion and would regain his Intercontinental title from Penta. Raquel Rodriguez is going to be a future women's champion, and at WrestleMania, Liv Morgan is going to be the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. She didn't hide behind her family's back like Stephanie Vaquer claimed. They had her back. Without Finn, they are now better than ever. This was a good promo. I enjoyed this. I love the vibe of it. I love Liv Morgan and the way she came off here. I thought she spoke very well. She sounds like the new Judgment Day leader to me. I wonder if they're doing Dominic and Penta and they're saving Finn Balor. But I don't know why they would keep Finn Balor off the WrestleMania card. Maybe they do Finn Balor versus Dominic at WrestleMania. I think that's the direction. But being that Dominic and Penta was mentioned here by Liv, once again, Dominic wants to get his IC title back. I don't think that's necessary. I don't. Now, I know Balor factored into that. Maybe they make it a triple threat match. But I don't think Dominic needs the IC title. I think that's completely unnecessary. I'm sticking to my guns. I think we get Balor as the Demon versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. What Penta does for the IC title, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't defend the IC title. I have no idea. But I thought this was a very good promo by Liv Morgan. Roman Reigns and the Usos, they were hanging out backstage in Roman's dressing room. They were talking about CM Punk. Jimmy Uso said everything Punk is throwing isn't landing. He says all he can say is that Roman is part-time. Roman said his dad was on the road away from him, but that was his family paying dues, so now he's a full-time father. He says others can call him part-time, but as long as his wife and kids know he's a full-time father, he is at peace because that is his bloodline. Roman says he doesn't need an apology from Punk, but they do. And he pointed to Jimmy and Jay. He pointed to the Usos. They need an apology. He said he'll go get one for the family and laughed that, what's the worst thing CM Punk could do? Beat me up? He laughed and he got up and went to go prep for his face-to-face with CM Punk. We got that old school bloodline feel on Monday night, huh? I still don't think Roman needs to win the title. I don't think we need Roman as the world heavyweight champion, as the part-time champion on Monday night. AJ Lee. She went one-on-one with Bayley as she defended the Intercontinental Championship. I thought this was actually very good for both ladies. I thought AJ Lee looked better here than she did against Becky Lynch at Elimination Chamber. That's just me. You may think differently. I thought she looked really good. I think she's moving well in the ring. There was a little ring rust there, which is, you know, the norm. She hasn't been at this for very long. She was away for 10 years. But she's starting to get her groove back. You can physically see AJ Lee is starting to get her mojo back. She's moving a little bit more flowy in the ring. She's not afraid. She's moving quick. There's no hesitation there. She's not afraid to bump around. Liking what she's doing so far. Bell rings here. AJ rolls up Bayley 3 times right at the start. Bayley kicks out every time. She goes for a cover on AJ. AJ kicks out. She tripped up Bayley, goes to the top rope, takes Bayley out with a big high crossbody. She follows that up with a drop kick, sends Bayley crashing out of the ring, out to the floor. She quickly dumps Bayley back into the ring, and she starts wearing her down with a submission hold, and we go into the dreaded commercial break. Bayley, she's wearing AJ Lee down with an armbar. AJ Lee fights back, standing sliced bread. Bayley eventually locks in a half Boston Crab on AJ Lee and then transitions quickly as AJ fights out of it into a Bayley to belly. She went for a cover. She gets a 2 count. AJ kicked out. She then landed a Shining Wizard on Bayley and quickly set up for the Black Widow. Bayley saw this coming. She delivers a sidewalk slam. She goes to the top rope. She tries to deliver her elbow drop. She misses and hits and misses hard. AJ avoided it, quickly transitioned into the Black Widow, and Bayley tapped out when AJ wrenched the arm back and really locked it in. Bayley had nowhere to go and quickly tapped out. It was after the match where things broke down, and Becky Lynch quickly attacked AJ Lee, setting up what more than likely will be the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. So AJ was celebrating. They came back from a commercial break. Becky Lynch all of a sudden is attacking AJ Lee from behind. Becky tossed her into the barricades and started repeatedly putting the boots to her. There was a young fan sitting in the front row who tried to tell Becky stop because she felt bad. She might have had an AJ Lee shirt on, I'm not really sure. But Becky got in this little girl's face and started screaming at this little girl. Kind of reminded me of what Sasha Banks did to little Izzy at the Performance Center when Bayley and Sasha had their Iron Woman match. That was an all-timer NXT Black and Gold moment. Sasha made Izzy cry when she took her Bayley bandana. It wasn't anything close to that. That was epic. This was just Becky being a bitch because she wants her title back. Officials came to check on AJ Lee. Becky starts walking away. She picks up the IC title. She runs back at AJ and smashes the belt over AJ's face, knocking her out. Looks like we got an Intercontinental Championship match, all but confirmed for WrestleMania. Maybe Becky Lynch will approach this a little bit differently than she did going into the chamber. Into the chamber, both of their promos felt very awkward, very weird. Very kind of, I don't know. AJ didn't have a good cadence about her. Becky tried to be this humorous heel. I don't know what she was going for. But if Becky wants her championship back, I think it needs to be all business, and I think it needs to come from a place of anger. She's angry at AJ. She's angry at Jessica Carr. She's angry at the conspiracy theories. She's angry. She wants her belt back. And now AJ Lee has a reason to be angry as well. Enough about this mental health and having a good time and happy to be here. Get angry. It's WrestleMania season. You're heading towards WrestleMania. You now have a job to do to keep your championship. Becky needs to get angry because she wants her championship back, and we need a championship-level program. I feel like they were having too much of a good time going into the chamber, and I feel like there wasn't enough serious undertones to what they were doing. There wasn't enough serious undertones to the story they were telling. This needs to be different going into WrestleMania. So at this point in the show, we have Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. We have Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar announced for WrestleMania. We got Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. We got Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. We got Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. And we got Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. We got 6 WrestleMania matches, some of which aren't confirmed yet. Some are confirmed. How do you guys feel about that card so far? Are you excited about that WrestleMania card so far? There's obviously going to be more added, but are you excited up until this point about what we got for WrestleMania? Oh my goodness, we got Michael Carruth, 8981. With a $100 super chat. Was in Salt Lake City to see CM Punk win the title. JD does not go to Utah, Michael. I didn't like that he won the title in Utah. Hope to see it continue in Vegas. Want to see Oba's story begin. See you at House of Glory in Las Vegas. Michael from Utah. Thank you, brother. I will see you in Vegas for HOG. Yeah, the WrestleMania card still needs to come together. It's all right. It's not blowing me away, but I think the top 2 main events and then Oba and Brock is where my excitement level peaks. Other than that, don't really care about Stephanie and Liv. I don't care about Jade and fucking Rhea. And then Becky and AJ Lee. So we got 3 men's matches and 3 women's matches, all but confirmed for WrestleMania. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, we got Penta. He was supposed to defend the championship tonight. I don't know if it was supposed to be against Dom, but apparently he was without an opponent tonight. And he was walking back in the dressing room, J.D. McDonough was upset with Adam Pearce. Pearce said Dom is not medically cleared, and that's final. So Penta showed up and told Pearce, thank you. He walked by J.D. McDonough, and he was coming on out to defend his Intercontinental Championship against somebody in an open challenge. Becky Lynch was very happy with her work. She was strutting in the locker room after attacking AJ Lee. Michael Cole said AJ humiliated her by making her tap out, and now Becky Lynch has completely snapped. Michael Cole went on to say Becky is bitter and can't stand that AJ Lee has proven she has her number and that AJ Lee is better than her. Corey Graves went on to say that Becky just wants what is rightfully hers, and she can't wait to rip it from the hands of the woman who took it from her. It was then at that point that I didn't know this was going to be on the show. Michael Cole said he had an exclusive interview with Randy Orton after what transpired on Friday Night SmackDown with Cody Rhodes. I didn't think we would get to hear from Randy Orton until Friday, but here we are on Monday. And I'm like, all right, it's WrestleMania season. The fucking gloves are off. Penta made his way out to the ring, and we were getting an Intercontinental Championship match with Dragon Lee. He answered the call. This was easily the best thing on the entire show. Easily. Dragon Lee is fucking great. And Penta is great. And I like what Penta is doing with the IC title. It looks good on him. I'm genuinely curious to see if they actually do something with him going into Mania. Maybe a multi-man match, multi-man affair, maybe a ladder match of sorts. I don't know. I think Penta needs to be on the WrestleMania card. He's on the show every fucking week. It would be insane for him not to be on the WrestleMania card, just like it would be insane if Carmelo Hayes wasn't on the WrestleMania card. So they started with a handshake. They go back and forth. Dragon Lee hit a big dive. Penta came back with a big dive of his own. So I knew we were going to a commercial break at this point. And that's exactly what they do. We come back from the break. Some big-time chops from both. Penta then takes Dragon Lee, delivers a super kick. Dragon Lee then follows up with a super kick of his own and actually pulls out a Styles Clash. Penta follow with a Penta driver. So Dragon Lee gets a Styles Clash for a 2. Penta gets a Penta driver, and he also gets a 2. Now, Dragon Lee's on the apron at this point. Penta tried for a springboard maneuver, leaping springboard move. But Dragon Lee caught him with a super kick in midair. So Penta is on the announce desk now, and you know Dragon Lee loves to fucking fly. It almost feels like he is shot out of a cannon. So he gets a full head of steam. Penta's on the announce desk. He shoots himself through the middle rope. And my God, this suicide dive is fucking awesome. I don't even think Dragon Lee realizes how fast he goes. Took out Penta, knocked him and Penta, himself and Penta, over the commentary table. Quickly gets back in the ring. He quickly hits Operation Dragon for a near fall. Dragon Lee then went for what looked to be a hidden blade. Penta ducked. He hit a beautiful out-of-nowhere Canadian destroyer. I mean, this happened like boom, boom, boom. It was over before you blinked. Crazy Mexican destroyer, Canadian destroyer. 1, 2, 3. And that was enough for the win. They went about 13 minutes. Great stuff. Easily the best thing on the show from an in-ring perspective. And Dragon Lee's great. Dragon Lee got off to such a slow start, huh? It almost felt like WWE wasn't interested in using him. I get a feeling that WWE is more high. I don't know why anybody would think otherwise. You can see it, even though he's not really in the win column all that often. WWE, for some reason, is more up on Dragon Lee than they are Rey Fenix. Now, WWE is actually putting Rey Fenix and Penta together at the next AAA show. I don't know why we're not getting that on the WWE side of things, but I guess beggars can't be choosers, huh? But Dragon Lee's great. Penta's great. WWE's got some of the best luchadors in all the world, man. I love Penta. I love Dragon Lee. I love Phoenix. I'm also high on Garza. Man, they dropped the ball with Andrade. They dropped the ball with Andrade, man. I don't know what the fuck their problem was with Andrade. You look at Andrade in AEW, man, it don't even look like the same guy. Very weird what happened there. But good for Andrade, man. He's tops. He's fucking great. Logan Paul and Austin Theory were backstage with Paul Heyman. And this is where we got another clue as to what another WrestleMania match could potentially be. Austin Theory and Logan Paul, they were with Paul Heyman in the Vision locker room. Theory said Lesnar will take care of Oba, and they are going to take care of Seth. Heyman said, no. You got it all wrong, because Seth wants to divide and conquer. Heyman says they're out of leverage. We don't have a say anymore. We have no power. We need to get that power back. We need titles to get that power back. So what I need you guys to do, I need you to win the tag team titles from the Usos. And then at that point, when you win the tag team titles, then we can start looking at getting you guys singles titles. Theory went on to say, and he said, I'll go make that happen. We'll go and take care of the Usos. He left. Heyman then said, yes, that's my vision. Logan said, as far as he's concerned, the Usos are ex-tag team champions. He slapped Heyman across the back. It was a friendly slap across the back, and Heyman is still in so much pain from what Seth Rollins did by bashing him in the back with a steel chair that he winced in pain. Did Paul Heyman. Maxine Dupree. She went one-on-one with Natty. You know what? Instead of talking about this match, I'm just going to run this promo for anybody that is just joining the stream. Tomorrow at 11:30, I have a new show with Jonathan Coachman. Yes, Coach from WWE, formerly of WWE, formerly of ESPN. He's on Sirius XM. He's on the Busted Open team. I got a show coming with Coach tomorrow, 11:30. New show every Tuesday called The Two Counts. So make sure you guys tune in, strap yourselves in. This is going to be a fucking banger.
At BTT Studios, we've never been hotter, but it makes me want more. More content, more opinion. So welcome to our brand new show with me, the Coach.
And me, JD from New York.
Every single Tuesday, starting this Tuesday, March 17th, we're going to bring you the 2 Count.
That's right. 10 topics, 30 minutes, and that's all we need.
Now, don't get me wrong. I respect JD. But when it comes to wrestling opinions, I plan to absolutely verbally destroy him.
You know, that's funny because I do this every single night, every single week. And with someone like Coach, I call that easy work.
Now I know you have questions. What wrestling companies are you talking about? What wrestlers are you talking about? One simple answer. All of them.
And we will debate the biggest stories and the biggest topics from promotions like WWE, AEW, TNA, and shit. Even JCW.
So join us this Tuesday, March 17th, for the very first 2 Count at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, live.
Why are we doing it live? Because we want you there live. We want you in the chat, and we want you there in the moment.
It's going to be the fastest show in all of pro wrestling that's going to make you think and maybe, just maybe, make you a bigger and better pro wrestling fan. We'll see you Tuesday.
As apologize. You guys hear me clearing my throat because I forgot to mute myself. Yes, we have a new show coming to YouTube live tomorrow, 11:30. That is the 2 Count with myself and Jonathan Coachman. It is going to be, I think, something that catches fire. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. It'll be on the Coach's channel. Follow me on social media. You guys know where to find me. As far as Maxine and Natty, what do we usually say, chat? What do we usually say for segments like this? Oh, that word. I gotta put the. I think I gotta put this on a T-shirt. What do you think, chat? I think I gotta put this on a T-shirt in some way, shape, or form and put it up on the shop. This is fucking boring. Boring. I don't know what's worse, this or the MFTs and why it's 6. What's worse? Natty, Maxine, MFTs, why it's 6, or the fucking Darby Allin Board Dogs feud on AEW? Which is worse, chat? What's worse? Holy shit. Boring! What is not boring is we got a video airing on the Orton and Cody angle from Friday Night SmackDown. They went to Michael Cole and Corey Graves, who were about to interview Randy Orton. Now, I don't know where Randy Orton was. It looked like he was outside in front of his front gate. Bro, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. I don't know what type of vibe or what type of effect they were going for. Bro, this shit looked like it was filmed on a fucking... on a flip phone. This shit looked like it was filmed with an AOL camera back in 1998. What the fuck are we doing, bro? Maybe they wanted that to look that way specifically. We're in 2026 and you can't get this guy a 1080p camera? Holy shit. Cole tried to interview Randy Orton over the phone. He was on the telephone himself. And he told someone that it was time and he had to go. Thank you for telling me what I needed to do. I'll see you soon. Now, this clearly is making the rounds on social media. He was happy to see them in a couple of weeks. He agreed with them that it was about time for him to do what he needed to do. Who is he talking to, chat? A lot of people are going to aggregate that he is talking about The Rock, or he's talking to The Rock. Maybe he's talking to his father. Maybe he's talking to Aleister Black. Maybe he's talking to Sami Zayn. Maybe. I don't know. He's talking to Kevin Owens. Listen, man, it could be KO. We don't know. Kevin Owens doesn't like Cody. He never liked Cody. The last time we were supposed to see Kevin Owens is in a WrestleMania match with Randy Orton. Could be Kevin Owens. Is Cowboy Bob still alive? Is his father still alive? I'm not sure. Gotta look that up. Anyway, I like Kevin Owens. I like the KO idea. A lot of people are like, oh, he's talking to Dwayne. Ric Flair? Come on, man. Ric Flair? No. Now, we don't want Ric Flair anywhere near television. So, he said to this individual that he'd see them in a couple of weeks. He told the person he appreciated what they're doing, but told them he had to get to this interview. Orton and Michael Cole never had the interview. Orton told Cole that he had changed his mind. He wasn't doing the interview, but he'd give him a little bit. He said he had a conversation with someone who had a brain. They said something profound to him, something that made him think about his life, something that made him think about who he was and what he was. They made him understand why he did what he did to Cody Rhodes. Orton told Cole, "I'm a killer, and wrestling has more than one royal family." I don't know, man. This is going to be a talking point now. This is going to be a talking point from this point on. Who was Randy Orton on the phone with? Hopefully we get that squared away. We got 4.5 weeks. Javon Evans. He was backstage. He approached Dragon Lee after his loss to Penta. Evans says he was excited about Dragon's performance. He was all excited about Dragon Lee's performance with Penta. They were quickly interrupted by Kofi Kingston. Kingston was not friendly to Javon Evans this week. He says there were people on the roster who could lift Evans up while others were, quote unquote, dragging him down. Haha. You get it? Dragging him down, dragging Lee. Evans said, whoa. You making fun of my boy? Here's an answer for you. No. And then Javon Evans left. Grayson Waller told Kingston that he didn't know what he saw in Evans. Kingston heard people say that about Waller. Kingston and Waller were then interrupted by Danhausen. Danhausen proposed the idea of him joining the New Day. He mentioned Bootios and mentioned something about Bootios being from 10 years ago. They wanted nothing to do with Danhausen. He didn't appreciate them turning him down, so he says he has 3 letters for them, or 3 words for them. You are cursed. But by the time he finished the sentence, Kofi Kingston dragged Grayson Waller in front of Danhausen, and as he yelled, "Cursed!" he cursed Grayson Waller, not Kofi Kingston. At that point, Danhausen disappeared. Are you guys enjoying Danhausen on WWE television? This is the most they got for Danhausen. By the way, his cereal idea, instead of Bootios, it would be a version of Bootios, but he says his cereal would be Cursed Crunch. WWE's going to make that into a fucking item now, ain't they? Can't wait. It's going to be Captain Crunch with fucking marshmallows in it. Watch. Or Lucky Charms, a version of their Lucky Charms. Watch. Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. I don't know who asked to see this again, but here we are. Stephanie wins in 10 minutes. The match itself was fine, but it was what happened at the end of the match that really had me scratching my head, and I don't really understand why they sent Io Sky out there. So the bell rang, and Rodriguez quickly fires off some shoulder tackles on Stephanie. She gets Stephanie up on one shoulder, sends her crashing into the ring post face first. We go into a commercial break. Stephanie connects on a Meteora in the corner. Raquel sets up for a corkscrew elbow on Stephanie, but Stephanie moves out of the way and lands Devil's Kiss on Raquel. Liv Morgan hops up on the apron, and Io's music hits, and she runs down to the ring. I didn't really understand why they included Io here. Rodriguez sends Io crashing over the announce desk. She falls right on her back on the floor right in front of Michael Cole. Stephanie delivers a splash to Raquel off the apron. Liv Morgan then lands a kick on Stephanie, but Stephanie sends her crashing into the timekeeper's area. Stephanie goes to the top rope. Rodriguez pulls her off and looks to land a Are we back? Let me know if you guys can hear me.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. 5 beers. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
I think we're back. Yeah, that really just shot my mood, and I'm honestly just over it. I'm honestly just over it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you pay all this money for top tier internet, man, and then everything just fucking goes out for about 25 fucking minutes. I could fucking scream. I could scream. Totally I don't even want to talk about pro wrestling anymore. Just let's get to the super chats. At least let me get through that. I'm not muted. I am not muted. Yeah, I apologize for that, guys. That's completely beyond my control. Everything legitimately, the whole fucking neighborhood went out. I had, like, it looked like the fucking, it looked like we got hit with an EMP. The whole neighborhood, bro, was fucking black. I couldn't see out the fucking window. Sirens going off. Fucking wind banging against the windows. Where did we leave off last? EO? We were talking about EO. They just sent EO out there to get fucking squashed. Does anybody have a feeling that they're doing EO, Liv, and Stephanie in a triple threat match? Like, what sense would that make? Why would they throw EO into the Women's World Championship match? That doesn't even make any sense to me. Io versus Raquel? Io mad at Raquel for costing her the Iron Woman match. Or the gauntlet match. Man, that would be awful, bro. Imagine doing Io versus Raquel at WrestleMania. I cannot look at that as a WrestleMania match. Raquel versus Io versus Liv versus Steph. I don't know, man. That doesn't say a lot about Stephanie Vaquera if they're just going to throw other women in the match. Like, they built this one-on-one matchup between Stephanie and Liv for weeks, only to then throw two other women into the match. Says a lot about how they don't trust Stephanie and Liv, huh? Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add on top of the Roman Reigns and CM Punk stuff. I felt like it was very forced tonight. I didn't really enjoy their face-to-face here tonight. I thought it was almost them trying to ad-lib and kind of take cheap shots at each other without really knowing which direction they wanted to go in. The first 2 weeks felt like it had purpose. This week, I just felt like they were just sent out there to do a skit and then end the show. Anyway, my mood shot. We're going to get through the super chats. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me, man. Again, I apologize for the power outage. Apparently, the East Coast is getting slammed with fucking storms. You know, I just want it to be fucking nice, man. I want sun and I want fucking warmth. I want all this to go away. Seriously, I just want all to go away. What a miserable fucking day. All day rain. All day. Michael Krause. Let's start with Michael Krause. $2 super chat. JDOTS. It's Putties Monday. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Steph497 with 8 months. No message. Thank you for the recommitment, Steph. Michael Krause with it too. Oba versus Brock. Take my money. Let's go. Yeah. Thomas Malloy with 36 months. Cheers to 3 years as a member. Oba was tearing it up. Oh, Oba was tearing up. It was hitting him. How big of a moment that was he? I didn't notice. I think I was too excited to notice him too excited. Baltimore Jacks with a $4.99. The Rollins Vision Putty members will be WWE superstars in a few years, and Oba answers Brock's challenge. Oba looking awesome. Michelle with a 2. Dear Triple H, please do not put the title on Roman. I don't think Roman wins. Unless Netflix wants Roman to win and they get Roman more regularly every week, I don't see Roman winning. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD use VPN for all shows, little commercials. Baltimore Jackson with the $1.99. Not interested in Becky versus AJ at WrestleMania. Michael Krause with a 2. Teeth marshmallow. LOL. I could see that. I seriously, I could see it. Curse Crunch. I could see it being like a Lucky Charms with fucking marshmallow teeth. Absolutely. They're gonna fucking merchandise this guy in ways that Tony Khan could never dream of. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. WWE Sure, as you know, what's going to make the Curse Crunch cereal with marshmallow teeth? Hashtag love that Danhausen. The internet is talking about Theory and Maxine. Why? Who cares? Michelle with a $2 super chat. If Triple H brings back the OG bloodline, he's clueless. It was the only thing that worked during his height or during the height of his administration. For Illuminati with a $2 super chat. Great Raw in this economy. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. That promo between Roman and Punk shows that they've already been running on fumes. Same shit, different city. I guess now Roman swings on Punk next time. Sure. Now Maxine is married to one of the LFG guys. I think he works in Evolve. Yeah, she's married to like one of the rookies down at the Performance Center. She just got married this year. Caden with a $1.99, no message. Thank you, Caden. Twister, $12.96 with a $4.99. Didn't watch Raw tonight. I had to say goodbye to my dog who unfortunately passed away. I am very sorry to hear that, Twister. Very sorry to hear that. My thoughts and prayers with you, man. Ethan Nelson with a $4.99. Ray ribs are cracked, so that rules out Gunther versus Ray at Mania. What else is there for him to do? I thought Ray said his ribs were bruised, not cracked, and I thought he was on his way to recovery. But then Gunther's been off television 2 weeks now after he unmasked Dragon Lee, not really setting the tone for a proper WrestleMania build. Joshua with a new membership. Thank you, Joshua. Michael Krause with a 2. JD, why does Austin not show up when he needs it? Because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it, Michael. Austin is very much old school. When you got something for him that is fulfilling, he'll show up. Other than that, I ain't showing up. Jason with a $5 super chat. Sorry, I haven't been in the chat as of late. Work's been kicking my ass. Medically, have been getting my ass kicked, but hopefully looking to see it end. Thank you, Jason. I hope you're well, brother. Chris Nearfall podcast with a $4.99. Oba beats Lesnar. Fingers crossed. Oba wins King of the Ring. Wins the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam in Minnesota. Thoughts? I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think we're going to see Oba winning the World Championship this year. The one who knocks with a $2.79. Ricochet made fun of an MS patient today on X. Well, Ricochet is a piece of shit. You know, there's staying in character and trolling, and then there's just the real version of you that comes out, and that's not playing a character. That's just being an asshole. Chris Nearfall podcast with a $9.99. My girlfriend recently went through a miscarriage, and it's rough right now. Just wanted to say thank you for what you do every single week. I use your videos and shows as an escape from reality. Hashtag OTS for life. I'm very sorry to hear that, Chris. That's fucking awful. And comments like that really mean a lot to me, man. That you guys, no matter what you're going through, even if it's something as severe as that, you watch the show and you take what we do here and find some escapism in it. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Mr. Grim Boogs with a $20 super chat. What's up, JD? After recovering from Sunday night's worth of wrestling and what I seen tonight, I give Raw a solid 6 out of 10. Roman Punk encounter starting to lose its appeal for the match and was really cringe. OTS for life. Yeah, it wasn't their best, which is why I'm not going to really go over it after the power outage for 20 minutes because they didn't really do anything. They didn't say anything. They didn't go anywhere. It was just cheap pot shots at each other in a way where it almost felt like they came to the promo unprepared. It almost felt like they were lost at times, trying to come up with something to say. And then it only resulted in Punk getting mad with Roman calling him old, and Punk punched him out. So I'm assuming Roman next week's going to punch Punk. Jason with a 5. Congratulations to you and Coach for the new podcast. Thank you, brother. Michael Krause, Randy talking to The Rock on the phone. Thoughts, JD? I know everybody's going to immediately think The Rock. I have no idea. It could be anybody. It could be Sami Zayn. It could be Kevin Owens. It could be Aleister Black. It could be The Rock. It could be his father. It could be Ric Flair. I don't know yet. JDGE with a $4.99. To be honest, I was kind of underwhelmed with the Punk Roman third promo. I get there's still about 4 weeks until Mania, but at this point, I just expected a little more. Right now, I'm more interested in what Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes are doing. That's just me, though. Street Fighter with a $10 super chat. I haven't seen Brock sell fear like that for Oba since The Undertaker. Man, they got something in Oba. They got something in Oba that they cannot, under no circumstances, fuck up. Seriously. Under no circumstances. We need 24 likes, guys. What do we need? We need, 34 likes. 34 likes for 1,000. If you guys are in the chat and have been with me, man, please, 1,000 likes. That would be amazing if we can get that tonight. Best in the world, Matt, with a $5 super chat. In case you missed it, you can see Brock tell Oba, step on me, right after he laid him out. Remind me again, who said Brock was selfish? A couple of people who are faking to be journalists. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. LA Knight dodged a Brock bullet. So what does LA Knight do for Mania? And congratulations on your gig with Coach. Continued success, brother. Thank you, Captain Solo. I don't really give a shit what LA Knight does at WrestleMania. If he misses the show, I'm not going to lose sleep. I'm not. Cam G, thank you, my brother, with a $5 super chat. My guy, JD, hope you're well tonight. Was solid. I think Oba may have knocked the wind out of Brock with that power bomb, but it was great. OTS for life. I don't think he knocked the wind out of him. I think Brock is a great seller. So you guys got to understand, Brock is fucking fantastic at selling. And I think that match is going to really hit, man. I really am excited for that match. Thank you, Cam G. Pow TV with a $4.99. They fast-tracked Brock Oba because of AW Revolution. I was in Atlanta for Raw when Heyman Brock announced that open challenge. We just wanted Oba. Possibly. They needed to come out swinging big, man. They didn't really have anything, and I'm glad that they announced it because I've been calling for them to announce it for weeks now. But I do think AEW Revolution did have an effect on them. I think there was a lot of newsworthy stuff coming out of Sunday night's show that WWE didn't want to get drowned out by. Poindexter with a 9 months. The long-term story is simple. Oba beats Brock at Mania. Gunther beats Brock at SummerSlam. And then sometime next year, it's Oba versus Gunther. I like it. I like it. SRH 712 with a $9.99. Hey, JD, Oba was very over with the crowd tonight. He needs to win clean at Mania with no bullshit. Do you see Jimmy and Jay turn? Find some sleep. Need you for the rest of the week. See you on TNT. Thank you, brother. I am definitely going to get some sleep after this. Now that the power outage here fucking completely killed my mood, yes, I'm going to finish up here and then slip into bed. L Boogie 2K9 with a $50 super chat. Little mini bomb by Boogie. Thank you, Boogie. Been following you since Black Ops 2 days. Always trust your reporting over anyone because you keep it 100. WWE's been looking for the next Lesnar-like character. This is their best chance. Hope they don't fuck it up. Hard to trust this company, unfortunately. I agree with everything you said there, Boogie. Which is why the LA Knight Brock Lesnar rumor, though sounding ridiculous, it is not that far-fetched to think that WWE would be stupid enough to do something like that at WrestleMania. So even though it sounded stupid and we all know that they shouldn't do it, I would not trust them because they've done such a poor job creatively that I wouldn't be surprised if they actually didn't go and make that decision. Tone C with the $2 super chat. Happy 316. Can I get a hell yeah? Thank you, Tone C. Chris J Productions with the 199. Bang Bang Sosa. He's going to be at House of Glory in Las Vegas. Looking forward to that. Chris J Productions. Jesse Versailles to JD a special ref. WrestleMania 42. I'm taking Jason. Chris J Productions with the 199. Joey Janela versus Sean Ross Sapp. JD a special ref. I'm taking Joey Janela. And then I hit Sean Ross Sapp in the nuts and give Janela the win. And we go have a natty ice together. And then I spit it out because it's fucking awful. Daltine Cracker with a $5 super chat. I'm not the biggest Brock fan nowadays, but I gotta admit, when he wants to know who, when he wants to, he knows how to make someone look good. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Brock is very underrated in some of those aspects. Street Fighter with a $5 super chat. Penta vs. Dragon Lee equals Andrade vs. Bandito. Both fire. The similarities are uncanny, huh? Gensu with a new member. Thank you, brother. Corona Blade with a $5 super chat. JD getting a new show, making money, and Wheezy Blonde and Comment geeking out over fake reactor airtime. Love you, JD.
Oh, it didn't have to be this way, Randy.
Yeah, it did. The fact that you actually air something so stupid.
It didn't have to be this way, Randy.
Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Orton footage legit looked like the Blair Witch Project. Maybe that's the vibe they were going for, man. I have no fucking clue. Nathan Rush with a $10 super chat. Maybe Randy was talking to Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, since he was involved with The Fiend. The Brace family was very important to wrestling, hence why Randy said wrestling has more than one royal family. He's talking to Uncle Howdy. JD, just letting you know, Randy said it was good seeing you a couple of weeks ago. Not seeing you in a couple of weeks. Good seeing you a couple of weeks ago. So who the fuck is that then? Sami Zayn? Or was it Kevin Owens? Corona Blonde with a $2 super chat. Wheezy Blonde and Conman, we're talking trash tonight. That's great. In front of their fucking 57 viewers. That's fantastic. Illuminati with a $5 super chat. The curse strikes again. Got to get a Danhausen shirt to uncurse yourself, JD. No. I'm not giving him any money. Jason Barker with a $10 super chat. Conman and Wheezy, the paid fake reactors that they are. We're talking trash tonight. Can you give us your opinion in a JD at an 11 type fashion? No. No. I am completely over streaming right now because of the weather and the power outage. And I think Wheezy's haircut speaks volumes. I don't need to say much of anything. CM Punk fan with a $5 super chat. What do you think of the ringside pass in WWE 2K26? It's awful. It's predatory. They should be fucking ashamed, and I wouldn't give them a fucking dime. I pay $150 for a fucking elite edition of the game. I should play it the way that I fucking want to play. They patched fucking breezing through the season pass. They want you to grind the game because all these fucking gaming companies are looking for player retention. I wouldn't give them a fucking dime. And all the people that got invited to the fucking WWE headquarters to play the garbage are never going to call it out for what exactly it is. It's predatory, manipulative garbage. They're robbing the fucking customer blind. Fuck them. CM Punk fan with a $5 super chat. Thank you. CM Punk fan with a new membership. 1 month. Also, Jade is terrible. Yes, she is awful. Caesar with a $2 super chat. Best wishes for your new show tomorrow. Let's go. Hopefully, we will see you there, Caesar. CM Punk fan with a $7 super chat. I'm glad 2K is getting called out for that ringside pass bullshit. Is the new Resident Evil game worth it? Yes. Yes. Theme parks and things with a 40 months. Oba chants remind me of Goldberg chants, but Oba can actually go and wrestle. And Gregory Cruz with a $4.99. It was just a week ending with an old comment that makes you crash out. Homeboy, call your wife a part-time, but the old jab got you mad. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, man, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of what they did tonight. Hopefully they'll come back swinging next week. They're in Boston. They're back on the East Coast. Hopefully they are a little bit better, and hopefully the weather is a little bit better. I am sorry for the power outage again, guys. I apologize. We were rocking and rolling with 2,800 people in here, and then they magically all fucking disappeared, so it is what it is. Thank you guys for a great stream tonight, man. I appreciate it. Up until the power outage, we were having a good time. We were going through things. We were on our way to having a decent night, and then whole fucking neighborhood blacked out. Anyway, tomorrow's going to be a busy day, man. I am going to be live with the coach on his channel. Keep an eye on the socials at JD from NY206 on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Make sure you guys tune in to the coach's YouTube channel. We are premiering our new show, The 2 Count, at 11:30 a.m. He just texted me now. We got the rundown for the show. It should be really good. And then tomorrow night, TNT with the Solid Monster. 8:30 p.m. We got a lot to talk about with Randy Orton and Cody and Revolution and what happened tonight with Oba and Brock. So we got a lot to talk about there. So it's going to be a very busy Tuesday for this guy right here. Hopefully you are strapped in and ready, man. It's St. Patrick's Day. I got my Guinness already on ice. Hopefully you do as well. I'll be drinking a Guinness with the Solid Monster tomorrow. Thank you very much for all your support. If you did enjoy the stream tonight, I would appreciate a thumbs up. We hit 1,000 likes. Thank you guys very much. Go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. Revolution post show on the channel. Go and check that out. We had a great time last night. Almost 3 hours till 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's Raw. And again, the 2 Count with the coach tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. And then TNT tomorrow night at 8:30 with the Solid Monster. Thank you guys very much, man. I'm going to try and get some sleep tonight. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow for a busy Tuesday right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.